Ladies, welcome to Roses in Conversation. Just a brief introduction of yourselves.
My name is Beekay Abwitoko, and I'm part of the book club.
My name is Thembi. I'm also a member of the book club and someone that loves everything written word. That's a bit about me.
I was going to introduce myself because I'm also part of the book club. But let's start, where does this idea come from? Why books? Why the book club?
So it's 2022, around May, and I put on my status that we need to have a book club. I've been reading all this time by myself, and I thought to myself, I'm starting a book club, and anybody who likes to join, please just respond to my message. And Thembi was actually the first one to say, girl, we are doing this. We are actually even meeting next month. The standards of COVID were relaxed a whole lot, so then that's how the book club started. People just responding to a status and saying that they want to join the book club, and we made it happen. We've always also been literature friends. We've always exchanged books, ideas, and what genres we're reading and what book we're currently reading.
And with that in mind, because you started with people that you read with, where do you intend to take the book club? Where do you want to go with this?
Well, where we want to go with the book club is actually quite broad. For now, we have been in talks, Thembi and myself, of course, in terms of what is it that we want to do with the literature in South Africa as a whole. If you remember a few weeks ago, there was a Comrades Marathon that happened. There is a specific book club, the Gauteng Book Club or the Literary Book Club, that actually ran in support of the literature in South Africa, because statistically speaking, a grade 4th learner cannot actually read for understanding in South Africa. So such campaigns actually drive the book club. And where we want to go, we want to possibly distribute books, want to have a publishing company, but those are baby steps. For now, we just want to get everybody reading.
That is interesting. Thembi, what would you classify as a reader?
I don't think there is sort of a classification or definition of what a reader is, but I would say it's someone that just loves written word, someone that loves literature, and someone that's just, and written word can be love reading newspapers on a Sunday, magazines, actually buying books and reading books. It can be anything as long as you have the love for reading. So there's definitely no sort of box to put people that love reading into. It's very broad and very versatile.
I know you're part of how the book club was formed and created and all of that, but why not read in the comfort of your home? You love books and you love literature, but why not read by yourself? Why the book club?
So we definitely still read by ourselves. We all read in our comfort of our homes every day, but then we meet with the book club once a month to discuss the books. So I find those discussions very much enjoyable. We have so much fun because we all come from different backgrounds and we have different perspectives and interpretations of the book that we read. And it's always interesting to hear other people's interpretation of the book. And sometimes we share personal stories in terms of how we relate with the book. So I definitely enjoy it, and it's so much fun.
It is so much fun. I mean, as a person who was not a reader, the part of reading that I did was studying. And this is a different element to reading and actually educating yourself, especially about adventurous things and novels and so on. So in the book club, what do you find it to be challenging in terms of running it, hosting it, and so on? What are the challenges that you face?
Well, I'm speaking from a point of having to host the book club can be quite intimidating. Because
do explain.
Because you get people, the members of our book club are quite well read. These are people that have engaged literature from very early in their lives, and the kind of questions that they would ask, especially a facilitator or an author who's visiting, sometimes it can get a little bit tricky. Having to choose the best place to actually unpack
it,
and host the
yes.
book can be quite challenging, having to choose the time of the month as well, knowing that everybody's got commitments outside of the book club. So
Yes.
that is a little bit challenging. And also what I find challenging on a personal capacity is the fact that because I'm not exposed to all the genres, sometimes it's a little bit hard to adopt a genre, for example, suggested by Thembi, or a book suggested by Thembi, because it's not in line with what my preferences are. But that is why the book club is in existence, for a reader as such as ourselves, you included, to diversify in terms of the genres that we engage. And those are the nice challenges of a book club. I think it takes a lot of taking in and accepting that we all have different views, we live life differently. And so I could say those are the nice challenges of actually running the book club, and also keeping people abreast. I think that is,
Yes.
and sometimes, people are busy. Sometimes I message Thembi about something that I read in a certain book, and she gets back to me at 9 o'clock in the evening. And I'm like, girl,
You're not there
I'm not there anymore. I wanted you to feel the trauma with me at that time.
And it's quite interesting that you say that, because I think, let me ask this question actually, and not as a statement. Do you think that a person who is not a reader find it difficult to join a book club because they don't know what type of a reader they are, and therefore they feel that they'll be judged for choosing a certain book that maybe none of you would think of, or that they wouldn't understand what is it actually that I am reading, or what is expected of me from an unpacking session?
I think it can be quite intimidating, because as BK said, that some of the members have been reading since they were young. They're exposed so much more to different genres, and very much involved in the literature. So for someone that's new, that is sort of exploring this reading journey, it can be quite intimidating. But I think for our book club, it's so inclusive. It's such an inclusive book club that all levels of readers are welcomed, and I think we try our best to welcome everybody, to hear everybody's viewpoint, and to respect everybody's perspective. So I think I would give us that compliment, if I could say that.
It's quite welcoming indeed, and I know, because I come from a point of being scared to choose a book because of judgments. What process does one follow if I want to be part of the book club?
Okay, so we have an Instagram account for the book club. It's the_bookclub.co.za. You can just direct message us. We then will send you a link where you can actually join the WhatsApp group. So what I've found is that when people message the book club, firstly they want to visit the book club, which is what we recommend, so that you get the feel of everybody in the book club and what kind of vibe we have.
Like a child.
We're not very uptight. We laugh a lot. There's a couple of wine sessions that happen within, and so they can do that and then visit the book club, feel the book club, and then make the decision to join.
That is quite interesting. I think I love the idea of sip and read. Let's make that a thing, right? Let's talk about some of the books that you've read, authors, and what do you take out of those books, and why choose those books? Okay,
so I'll go first. The first book we read at the book club was Noviland Bulawayo. She is a Zimbabwean author, and the name of the book is We Need New Names. We found that book in particular quite interesting, and I think that is actually what brought people into the book club, because they were talking about, listen, this is quite different from what we read. And I think the first interesting book that we read was Noviland's book, and Thembi can take it from there.
Yeah, so I think with our book club, we're a bit biased towards African literature and African authors. So definitely that book is written by a Zimbabwean author. So that really brought us into the book club and made us want to join and interested. And even before we had the book club, before you started the book club, we used to discuss such books because it's sort of our favorite genre. That brought us in, and I think recently the book that also sort of captured our attention recently was a book by Sue Nyati. She's also a Zimbabwean author based in South Africa, and the book was set in Bulawayo, based on a family of 3 sisters. So everybody in the book club related quite well with the book. There was the 3 sisters, and people could identify themselves in the characters. And we were also lucky to host Sue Nyati. She attended our book club and she engaged with us. We had the discussion, so we quite enjoyed that. We have a lot of fun in the book club.
I hope the audience actually get to hear that. You can meet authors when you're part of the book club. That is quite a privilege, and I was very excited to be also part of that. So speaking about the book club, let's sell the book club, if we can say that. What sets you aside from other book clubs? What makes this one the one to be in?
Okay, I think we've sort of answered it a bit in our other questions. What I was saying about the book club is that we're quite dynamic, we're quite inclusive, we welcome readers at all levels, we welcome all genres, fiction, non-fiction, all genres are welcome, biography, self-help even. So we're quite open and versatile and dynamic, and we have lots of fun, as you said, lots of laughter, just engagement with other women, having fun, listening to all our interesting stories and our perspectives. That's a bit of what we're all about.
Just from the top of your mind, what would you say is the genre that most people don't like?
I think science fiction. We don't, some of us don't get it. There was one book that we read and it was hard to finish. I think Da Vinci Code. We all
That is an interesting book.
We all struggled with it.
A little bit.
There was a month that was the chosen book of the month, and we all sort of struggled with it. But we enjoy the challenge. We enjoy the challenge. We enjoy being exposed to different genres that we don't usually read. So that's also something that makes being part of the book club so much enjoyable.
Do you encourage reading around you, people around you? Do you encourage people to join the book club, and how do you encourage visitors of the book club to stay and join?
Well, apart from the fact that we really have nice wine at the book club, that's part of the encouragement. We do encourage people around us to read. Kids must read. Everybody must read. And like Thembi said, in any capacity, be it reading newspapers, be it reading science fiction that not everybody subscribes to, it's actually quite great, because when I look at the people around me, I'm surrounded by people who love literature, and one is able to actually excel in, be it a friendship, a relationship, if there's that common ground and understanding of the love of reading. So yes, absolutely. And in terms of encouraging or selling the book club rather to people to join, we do that on WhatsApp statuses, on our Instagram page, and just word of mouth as well. People will sometimes say, listen, you said you've got book club this weekend, tell me a little bit about it. I know that a lot of people will sometimes not come through because people have this preconceived notion that readers are actually very stuck up and
nerdy.
We talk about books all the time, which is not the case, because it's also a sense of networking.
Yes.
So that's we do put it out there to say people must really come. People must come and join us and experience our environment.
I love that. I love that. So, the book club, where are we going? Where do we see ourselves going? What are our future plans?
So for now, as we said earlier on, we want to venture into long-term plans, very, very long-term plans, publishing, because you get a lot of people that are gifted in writing, but they don't have the capacity to publish their own books. You get upcoming authors that need their books to be distributed. We can be a platform that actually helps upcoming authors distribute their material. And but where we're going now in December, we are definitely going to the Johannesburg Book Fair as a book club.
Oh, definitely. So we'll talk about it in Rose in Conversation going forward. Ladies, thank you so much for joining through. I will share the details on the screen of the book club on Instagram, where you can contact them and get a link to join the book club. Thank you so much and happy reading.
Thank you, Rose,
for having us.